Researchers at Harvard ran the longest study on human happiness ever conducted. They followed 724 men for 85 years, tracking their health, relationships, careers, and happiness levels. The conclusion was not what most people expect. It was not money. It was not fame. It was not achievement. The single strongest predictor of happiness and longevity was the quality of close relationships and 5 specific daily habits that supported them. Today, I am giving you those 5 habits backed by the latest positive psychology research. Welcome to Rich Mind Daily, where we build financial wealth and personal well-being simultaneously. Today is part 1 of our mental health and happiness series. We are breaking down what the science actually says makes people genuinely happy on a daily basis, not temporarily, not occasionally, but consistently. These are not motivational quotes. These are evidence-based habits with measurable neurological effects that you can implement starting today. Let us get into it. Gratitude is one of the most effective interventions in positive psychology, with a practice that can rewire your brain in just 3 weeks. A study found that writing down 3 specific things you're grateful for daily significantly boosts happiness and reduces depression. The key is specificity. Instead of "my family," write "my friend called to check on me." This specificity activates the brain's reward system more powerfully. Gratitude practice increases dopamine and serotonin, and, over time, physically rewires neural pathways for positive emotion. 5 minutes every morning. 3 specific things. This single habit produces measurable changes in happiness within 3 weeks. Why the way you talk to yourself determines everything. The average person has approximately 6,200 thoughts per day. Research from the National Science Foundation estimates that for most people, 80% of those thoughts are negative and 95% are repetitive. This internal dialogue, commonly called self-talk, has a direct and measurable impact on mood, motivation, confidence, and mental health outcomes. Cognitive behavioral therapy, the most evidence-based psychological treatment available, is built almost entirely on the principle that changing thought patterns changes emotional outcomes. You do not need a therapist to apply this. The practice is straightforward. When you notice a negative or self-critical thought, pause and ask one question. Is this thought factually true, or is it an interpretation? Most negative self-talk is interpretation, not fact. Replacing "I am terrible at this" with "I am still learning this" is not toxic positivity. It is accurate reframing. Research shows that people who practice this consistently report significantly lower anxiety, higher resilience, and better overall mental health outcomes within 4 to 6 weeks. The social connection habit that protects your brain and your mood. The Harvard happiness study mentioned in the hook found that the quality of close relationships was the single strongest predictor of happiness at age 80. Not wealth, not health metrics, relationships. But maintaining close relationships requires deliberate daily effort that most people deprioritize when life gets busy. Research from Brigham Young University found that loneliness increases the risk of early death by 26%. And has the same physiological impact as smoking 15 cigarettes per day. The daily habit that protects against this is simpler than most people think. 1 meaningful conversation per day, not a text, not a like on social media, an actual conversation, even 5 minutes where you are genuinely present and interested in the other person. This activates oxytocin release, reduces cortisol, and reinforces the neural pathways associated with belonging and safety. 1 real conversation per day is enough to maintain the relationship quality that the research consistently links to long-term happiness. The movement habit that is more effective than antidepressants for mild depression. We covered exercise extensively in our fitness series, but its impact on mental health deserves its own dedicated attention. A meta-analysis published in JAMA Psychiatry analyzing 41 studies found that regular physical exercise reduced symptoms of depression and anxiety as effectively as antidepressant medication in cases of mild to moderate severity. The mechanism is straightforward. Exercise increases dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and endorphins simultaneously. It reduces cortisol and inflammation, both of which are directly linked to depression and anxiety. It also produces a compound called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which stimulates the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for mood regulation and memory. 20 minutes of moderate exercise per day is the minimum effective dose for mental health benefits. Walking briskly, cycling, swimming, or any activity that elevates your heart rate produces these effects. The research does not require intense training, it requires consistency. The purpose habit gives everyday meaning, regardless of circumstances. Positive psychologist Martin Seligman identifies purpose as a core pillar of genuine well-being. It doesn't require a grand life mission, just something you're working toward that matters to you. Studies show that spending time on activities aligned with your values leads to higher happiness and lower stress. The daily habit is a 2-minute morning intention. Before starting your day, write one sentence answering, "What am I doing today that matters to me, and why?" This connects daily actions to personal meaning, building a sense of direction that buffers against depression and meaninglessness. 5 habits. Gratitude every morning, accurate self-talk, 1 real conversation per day, 20 minutes of movement, and a daily intention that connects your actions to your values. None of these cost money, none require special equipment, all of them have decades of research behind them. If this video helped you understand happiness differently, hit the like button right now. If you want the next 5 habits that eliminate anxiety and build emotional resilience, subscribe to Rich Mind Daily now, so you do not miss part 2 of this series. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 habits do you already do, and which one will you start today? I read every single comment.